Hello, I'm Clark Saunders, the word-writing half of the songwriting team of Castles and Saunders. Greg Castles writes the music. Today I want to talk about singing psalms. Of the songs Craig and I have written for Christian Songbook, many are based on the Bible. And of those, several are inspired by the Book of Psalms. In basing songs on one or more of the Psalms, we're following in a tradition that goes back 3,000 years. And before I say a few things about the psalm-based songs that we've written, here's a little background. The Book of Psalms has been called the hymn book of the Hebrew people. We sometimes think of the Psalms as poems, but it would be more accurate to think of them as songs because they would have been sung in the temple in Jerusalem. In fact, the word psalm comes from a Greek word meaning song. Interestingly, those two words, psalms and song, sound pretty similar in English. Some of them were 1,000 years old by the time of Jesus. Certainly he would have been familiar with them. When Matthew's Gospel tells us that before they left the upper room, Jesus and his disciples sang a hymn, it was probably part of Psalm 118. And then on the cross, he cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" He was really quoting from Psalm 22. But if in ancient times the Psalms are more often sung than said, it has remained true throughout the centuries. In fact, after the Protestant Reformation, the Presbyterian Church of Scotland decided that only texts drawn from Scripture were fit to be sung in church. They turned up their noses at what they dismissed as human hymns, which would include most of the hymns we sing today. This gave a big boost to the writing of passages from Scripture in paraphrases that had rhyme and meter so that they could easily be sung. In particular, many psalms were paraphrased in this way. They were called metrical psalms, and we still sing some of them today. And what would you say of all the 150 psalms is the best known? If you answered the 23rd psalm, you would not be alone. I suppose that after the Lord's Prayer, it is the passage of Scripture that is most commonly memorized. But although it is often said, it is very often sung as well. And when it is sung, it is probably sung most often in the version written for the Scottish Psalter of 1650. That's the one that begins, "The Lord's my shepherd, I'll not want. He makes me down to lie in pastures green. He leadeth me the quiet waters by." I imagine that the tune most of us associate with this sung version of the psalm is Crimond. But many years ago, Craig Castles wrote a new tune for these very old words. Long before Craig and I ever had a thought of writing songs together, the church where I was minister at that time commissioned Craig to write an anthem for our youth and junior choirs. The anthem he wrote was called "Shepherd of My Heart." The text for the three-part youth choir was based on the passage in John's Gospel, John 10, verse 11, where Jesus calls himself the Good Shepherd. But interspersed with their part, the junior choir sang the words of the old Scottish Psalter in unison to a new tune written by Craig. When we started creating songs for Christian Songbook, I recalled this tune and suggested to Craig that it could stand on its own. After all, elementary school children had learned it and had sung it as part of that anthem. That suggestion was the only credit I can take for that song's inclusion on the Christian Songbook website, since I didn't write the words. Well, yes, I guess I can take credit for one more thing. The words from the Scottish Psalter are usually sung as 5 four-line verses. But Craig had combined those 5 verses into, oh dear, 2.5 8-line verses, which meant that depending on how you look at it, he either had a half a verse left over or he was half a verse short. What to do? Well, I suggested that for his last verse, he repeat the words that begin the psalm and then add the words of that original 5th verse. Goodness and mercy all my life shall surely follow me, and in God's house forevermore my dwelling place shall be. I think it works pretty well. See what you think. You'll find the song under the title, The Lord's My Shepherd. If you listen to it, you will notice that there is a part for flute. Craig frequently enhances an accompaniment with the addition of an instrument.
The Lord's my shepherd, I'll not want. He makes me down to lie. In pastures green he leadeth me, the quiet waters by. My soul he doth restore again, and me to walk doth make within the paths of righteousness, even for his own name's sake. Yea, though I walk through death's dark vale, yet will I fear no ill, for thou art with me, and thy rod and staff me comfort still. My table thou hast furnished in presence of my foes. My head thou dost with oil anoint, and my cup overflows. The Lord's my shepherd, I'll not want. He makes me down to lie. In pastures green he leadeth me, the quiet waters by. Goodness and mercy all my life shall surely follow me, and in God's house forevermore my dwelling place shall be.
And the second best known psalm? Well, Psalm 100 would certainly be in the running. We wrote a song based on this psalm as well. It's called Come On, All You People. You may be familiar with the version of this psalm found in that same Scottish Psalter of 1650. The tune is sometimes called Old Hundredth. It's the one that begins, All people that on earth do dwell. But in writing Come On, All You People, we approached this psalm quite differently from Psalm 23. The old metrical version has 4 verses, and I decided to try to pick up the main features of the psalm and write them in 4 verses that children as well as adults could understand. As it echoes the psalm, our song invites people to join in singing praises to God and celebrates the relationship between ourselves and our Creator before proclaiming that God's love lasts beyond forever. The tune, like the psalm itself, is cheerful, fairly short and simple, and easy to learn. And for the sake of symmetry, I alternate the words of the verses between "come on" and "we know."
Come on, all you people, come and sing a song of gladness. Come on, all you people, sing joyful songs to God. We know God has made us and cares for us and all things living. We know God has made us, to God we all belong. Come on, all you people, join your thankful hearts together. Come on, all you people, and bless God's holy name. We know God is with us, whose love will last beyond forever. We know God is with us, both now and evermore.
Other psalms that have been the jumping off points for other songs we have written include "Just Another Day," Psalm 118, "We Just Have to Praise," based on Psalms 96 and 98, as well as a bit of Isaiah 55, and "How Very Good It Is," Psalm 133. I'll have something to say about these and other psalm-based songs another time.